I think one thing that I'm understanding about what I hear and what I release, what the expression that comes out of me in these videos, it's things that I'm still walking out. I feel like I hear these things by faith, right? But it's something I'm coming into knowing. Because I don't think that understanding, and I don't know why I think this, but I just do. I don't think understanding, because I guess it's been my experience, understanding is something that you get all in one go. Meaning like you have to walk out a new understanding, right? I think it comes with a wrestling of an old understanding and a new understanding. And you're not going to just be able to see clearly 100% 2020 overnight. I don't think that revelation is going to be like that, but instead he begins to share with you a new thing. And I think that's actually the gentleness of God, right? And how he is with you in the darkness of your understanding, leading you into light, magnificent light. But this is what's coming to me. You are not your understanding. And then along with that is, it doesn't require any faith to believe that you are lacking. It seems like the whole world believes that they are lacking. And the evidence that we believe that we are lacking is apparent by our sinful behavior. Now we think that when we get into a relationship with God, that we are supposed to then deal with our sinful behavior, but that's not actually what is going to be pruned. Because we can help him with the pruning of our sinful behavior, but we can't help him with the pruning of an old understanding. And this is why I think I talk about weakness the way that I do. It really is a weak position. It is a helpless position. You are blind. I am blind. Faith is coming in and revealing something to me. And I'm describing it the best way I can with the understanding that I have now. But I believe that as time goes on, I'm growing in this understanding that God has given me. Right? And these pieces are able to lay on top of another and build something. Like what the Lord is building, no man can tear down. I am not holding up the structure. I saw this video, and this is what is part of the inspiration of this, where someone was describing wanting an encounter with God's face, right? And then Jesus shows them the part in Isaiah where it talks about Jesus's face was disfigured, marred, behind, like human form, right? Beyond recognizable, that part in Isaiah where it's describing the crucifixion, what Jesus went through and how he was bludgeoned where he was unrecognizable, right? And what this person what received from that, I believe, was the beginning of hearing a new thing. But I think a lot of the time we want it to be an answer. We want revelation to be quick, and I don't think it is. And I was like, look, God, if this is true, because this is what this person began to say after this, pointing to the nastiness, the undeserving thing that is in me. Like, I'm looking for you to give me this revelation of this, but you're showing me what you've done for me, right? Right? And so now I should let you allow me to go through suffering so I look like you. And this person, I think, is they're wrestling with what they don't understand. And I think that is the beginning of like hearing a new thing. That's coming into understanding. Because I was like, look, God, I can't help but see it this way. And he's like, release it. And I'm like, well, this is how I see it. God is revealing something to us, right? Like God is revealing to this person that part in Isaiah where he is disfigured, right? And that is bringing about a certain reaction because of where that person is in their own understanding. Before the video even started, I heard shame. Before the person was even going to tell me what was the encounter with God, I heard shame and how the world believes shame about itself. And this is actually where the crucifixion of Jesus points that out. The light of his action gets us to short circuit in our understanding because we don't understand why a God that good would do something for someone so unworthy and so undeserving, right? Because we go to this place. To me, it's evidence of the shame. It's the evidence of the position that we are found in the dark. I believe I'm lacking. Right? We do this sinful behavior because we believe we are lacking, and then we do more of the sinful behavior, and then we're in a cycle of shame. And we actually need God to come in and give us a new perspective. And so I think that that is what it was. And it calls out, it seems to be the crucifixion of Jesus calls out where people are at in their own understanding, right? Like he came in, and if we all believed that we weren't lacking, meaning we didn't have this sin consciousness, we didn't have this sinful perspective, we wouldn't have killed him. But we were always going to kill him because we always believed that we were lacking. And that's what he came to deal with, to give us a new perspective of ourselves. To become a new creation is to receive the perspective of God that you are always whole. This is, again, I'm just releasing this. I'm not expecting anyone to just fully take that in, and I don't think you'll be able to anyway. This is something that I'm walking out. But now I get more bothered and more convicted in certain ways. I'm like, no, we are more lovely to him than that. It's actually you believing that you are undeserving and unworthy that points to where you believe you are lacking and where you have been deceived in the dark. And to be set free, the way he intends for you to be set free is for you to be pruned at your understanding level, not a sinful behavior level. Because this person was like, so now I need to let him work on me. I need to let him clean me. We go to these places, right? We don't understand an unconditional love like that. It draws up how we can't offer anything to him, which then points to where we believe we are lacking. We're like, I can't add any, I can't do anything for you that is greater than what you have done for me. Now, I feel unsafe in my understanding. And I think that's the way of him then beginning to show you a new understanding. The perspective of God that then leads a person to repent. Repent from what? A former way of understanding. Right? Your sinful behavior will go along with that. The Lord's like, you are not your understanding. You are where you understand. The crucifixion of Jesus, these things will bring out where a person is, but not who they are. And I feel like this is where he will speak to you in who you are becoming that will require faith, right? It seems to be shame is the place that we have normalized. This place of lack, this place where we've been deceived in the dark has been so normalized on this earth. It doesn't require any faith to believe it. And this is where we are found. And our sinful behavior we feel ashamed of, and our sinful behavior we feel ashamed of. And then we get into a relationship with God and we think that he's like, no, look what I did for you. It's because I love you. We don't understand that. We're not meant to understand that. That's meant to point out the faultiness, the error in our understanding. Because the why he would do that for people that believe they're undeserving and unworthy or whatever, that's where the issue is. Because in that place you will find this sinful perspective, this sin consciousness about ourselves. That then has to be the thing he has to prune off at our understanding level. He's like, I'm only bringing out where you are, right? Not who you are. You are not your understanding. You were not lacking. You never were lacking. But you believed that you were lacking. And this is where I find you. And I come in and expose that. And in this understanding, you have all this sinful behavior that you feel ashamed of. And in the church, it's been put in this way where now what we're going to do to cover ourselves, cover the fact that we feel ashamed, is we're going to get closer to God. We're going to try to get closer to God. We're going to do all of these things in self-effort and religion. And he's like, nah, this is still slavery though, because you don't understand. I'm showing you something that you're not going to be able to comprehend logically. I'm showing you something that you're not going to be able to grasp, right? To then show you where you are blind, to then show you where you need me to open your eyes. Open your eyes to the fact that you were never lacking to me. I died for you to expose where you really are in your blindness. Because that act of love is going to mess with you, right? Because you're not going to be able to understand it. And so because we can't understand it, but we feel like we need an answer, we go to, I'm undeserving, I'm lacking, I'm this, right? We probably wouldn't call it that, or maybe some of us would, but it's just a hiding place in our own understanding. It's just we don't understand, and so we're trying to understand, and so to soothe ourselves from how much we don't understand, we're like, no, it must be this, it must be this, it must be this. So now I need to go to work. I need to clean out the things that's in me. I need to let him prune me and wash me, and then it becomes so much restlessness in that. And I think that you're going to have to walk that out with him.